Okay, so this is going to be important because in this video we're going to talk about some important details about exponential functions. These are properties that apply to all exponential functions. You're going to want to remember these because these are going to be very helpful later on, especially when we get to graphing. Okay, so these are characteristics of exponential functions you're going to want to know. Okay, so the important details start with this. Well, what is the range and the domain of exponential functions? Well, the domain is going to be all real numbers. The range is from 0 to infinity, so we're always above the x-axis, okay? And you'll see why in a moment. But those are the domains, the range of all exponential functions, okay? Those will not change, okay? Now, what if, hold on a second, based on the restrictions too, by the way, a is positive and not equal to 1. Okay, so the domain is all real numbers, range is from 0 to positive infinity. If a is greater than 1, so if a is bigger than 1, then these are what we know about the graph of the exponential function. F is going to be an increasing and continuous function on the entire domain. So what we're looking at is this graph right here. So it's increasing on the entire domain. The x-axis is a horizontal asymptote as x approaches negative infinity. So it is a horizontal asymptote as you go to negative infinity on the x-axis. Okay? And the graph always passes through these 3 points. Negative 1, comma, 1 over a, 0, 1, and 1, comma, a. It will always go through those 3 points. Okay? And that's if a is greater than 1. Now, what if a is between 0 and 1? Well, then f of x becomes a decreasing function, right? So notice what happens is this becomes a reflection across the y-axis, okay? So if a is greater than 1, we've got this. But between 0 and 1, it becomes a decreasing function, and it's still continuous, but it becomes a decreasing function on the entire domain, the entire x-axis, okay? And then the x-axis is, again, a horizontal asymptote, but it's a horizontal asymptote as x goes to positive infinity. Okay? Over here, it's going off to positive infinity in the y direction, but here it's getting closer and closer to y equals 0. So again, notice the difference in the graph. Okay? But the graph still passes through the 3 points, negative 1, comma, 1 over a, 0, 1, and 1, comma, a. But a, remember, in this case, a is a number between 0 and 1. Okay? And those are the characteristics of an exponential function. Those are the details that you want to make sure you remember. Okay? That will help later with graphing these things, especially when because they're curves, right? And so I always say you want at least 3 points to sketch the graph of a curve. And so in this case, you've got your 3 points automatically. Negative 1, comma, 1 over a. And then you've got 0, comma, 1, and 1, comma, a. Okay, that's it. Have a great day.